I'm Khyra Steiner, and you're listening to Elaborate with K. Elaborate with K. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Elaborate with K. So for today's episode, first of all, happy spring, everyone. It's a new season. I don't know about you guys, but today the sky is finally like blue and sunny. It's been really cold for some reason, even though it's like supposed to be spring, it's been really cold. So today's a pretty nice day. And in honor of the new spring season, I thought that today's episode could be about spring cleaning and trying to avoid, overconsumption and just how to clean out your space, your life, your belongings. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so spring cleaning, as I'm pretty sure we all know, is pretty much just this phenomenon of decluttering and really organizing, purging sometimes like just your space, your belongings, everything that you own, your room, your house, whatever it may be, and just, trying to clear it out for the new season and get more of like a fresh start. So first of all, this is your reminder. It is spring cleaning time. So, if you have something that you're like, I should really get to that. I should really clean out this closet or organize this section of my house. This is your reminder to finish this episode and then go do that. Okay. But along with spring cleaning, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about the idea of like consumption, overconsumption. I know has been like a big thing on TikTok. I've seen a lot of people, de-influencing you from overconsumption and just talking about how we buy a lot of stuff we don't need. And I have been guilty of that. I'm sure everyone has been guilty of that at some point. And one of my goals for this year, something that I've really been trying to do, is be a lot more intentional with my spending. And I've been trying not to buy a bunch of just like stuff. You go to the store and you see something, you're like, oh, this is cute, like this would be cute decor, this would be cute, whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I don't really know exactly what I do with it, but like I'll figure it out, right? Like we've all been there, and I've been trying really hard not to be there right now. I know that it's really easy to get distracted by like all the cute little simple things. But I think for me, especially too, because I am in my senior year of college and I'm honestly going to be moving out in the next couple months and I'm moving back home, I'm really trying to make sure that I can like consolidate my belongings. And as much as my stuff has kind of been split in two places, like my room at home and then my room here at school, and knowing that like I'm going back home soon, I'm also trying really hard not to like buy a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need, because I have no use for it, and I'm about to have to move the entire part of my life that is here at school, like is about to get moved back home, and I'm going to have to consolidate a lot of my stuff just because I know that I've accumulated more stuff over the course of the past few years that I've been here, especially like having my own room. Like you need, like there's certain things that you just kind of like need in your room. And so I've realized that I have consolidated not a ton of stuff. Like I wouldn't say it's a ton of stuff. I think I have a lot of just like little things, like little decor pieces and decorations and stuff. And so trying to like kind of consolidate that and figure out, okay, this is what I do need, this is what I don't need. Like I want to keep this takes up a lot of space, I don't really use it, trying to do that. And so in the process of starting to think about that and thinking about just the logistics of moving everything and like, oh, where am I going to put everything? Because it can no longer be spread out across my room at home and then like my apartment here. Like we have to combine some things. And so in the process of that, I've also been trying really hard not to, purchase or buy a bunch of things that I don't need. And obviously that's not saying like don't buy anything ever, because that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is don't buy things that you don't specifically need, or something that you just think is like, oh, this is cute. If you don't buy something that you don't have a specific use for at the moment. That is my skill. Obviously, if you need like lip balm, skincare, food, like if you need a new water bottle or whatever it is, like go buy that. But in the process of doing that, don't just pick up anything you see and be like, oh, I like this. You don't need it. You can put it back. You don't need it. But yeah, I think that, we live in a world too, I think with the rise of just online shopping in the past few years, especially since COVID and shopping leisurely, it gets really easy to, be influenced and to buy things that you don't need or to see things that you don't need because of that extra convenience factor. Like you can order something and you don't even have to leave your house. And so I know a lot of people also talk about, using your card sometimes. Well, I don't know. Okay, this is interesting. This is kind of a side tangent, but talking about money, I remember back when I was in probably like high school, I want to say middle school, high school, probably high school before everybody got like their credit and debit card and like I guess that's middle school. I don't know. Back before I was in college, I remember people talking about it and saying how like using cash felt like you were like using real money because it was tangible and you're like, oh, like I know that I had $20 and now I have $10, right? And like you can physically see it. And so people are always like, oh no, like using a card doesn't feel like real money because, like it's not the tangible part. Like, right, the tangible thing is the cash that we have. And when I use the cash, it's like, oh, okay, I went from having like this stack of cash to like I have 2 bills now. So like it feels like a difference. But I feel like now it's switched so much because everything is so like card and like touch based or even like no touch at this point. Like you don't even have to carry your card really. You can just put in your wallet on your phone. It's crazy. And so now I know a lot of people that they're like, oh, I'm just going to use cash. And then that doesn't feel like real money because you can't see the number in your bank account going down if it's in cash because it's already not in your bank account. So I just thought that was interesting. So let me know how you feel about that. But that was completely unrelated. But I was talking about the convenience of online shopping and getting everything delivered, the fact that you don't actually have to leave your house. So I feel like that might be part of the reason that, we tend to overconsume sometimes or buy things that we don't need. Is because you don't have to go out and get it. So it feels like less of a hassle. And I feel like when you have everything at the touch of your fingertips, you're not necessarily thinking as clearly or as hard about whether or not you need it. Because if you go to the store and you're like looking at it, you're like, do I need it? Do I not need it? Like you're able to touch it, feel it, see if you like the material, if it's too heavy. And then I personally, I hate making more than one trip when I go shopping, go get groceries, and I'm like back home and I need to bring everything inside. I will carry everything. I will carry 7 bags on my arms to avoid making a second trip. It might take me twice as long. I have like, you get like little indents from the bag kind of weighing down. I don't want to make another trip. And I think that physically shopping helps with that, with the idea of like buying things that you don't need, or it helps prevent that because then, at least for me, I think about it and I'm like, okay, that's an extra bag that I have to carry. And that's another thing that I have to carry. And that's another thing that's going to take up space, whether it's in my car, in my house, on my walk inside. Do I really need it? And I think that also I don't know, I like physical shopping. And I think the one good way that I've thought about whether or not I need something is I will go to the mall. I went shopping a couple weeks ago actually. Okay. I went to the mall without the intention of actually buying something. I just wanted to go walk around because I had been like sitting and working all day and I was like, let me just go walk around, get some fresh air. It's an outdoor mall. It was an outlet mall. It was outside. But I was like, let me just go walk, get some fresh air, walk around, get some steps in, get my body moving. I don't need anything right now. So like I was going to like window shop. I wasn't going with the intention of like, oh, I need to get this. I want to check and see if they have this. I didn't need it. I didn't need it. Okay. And so I went shopping and I went in a couple of stores. I looked around and I was like, tried some things on, looked at the price, walked out the store. I said, nope, not buying that. Do not need a $50 dress. For what? A $50 white dress? For what? I didn't need it. I didn't need it. I put it back. But I went into Old Navy and I tried on a skirt and I was like, oh, this is cute, but do I need it? And I was like, no, I don't think I need it. Walked around the store for a little bit. I was like, I don't need it. I put it back. Okay. I tried it on. I put it back. And I was like, okay, whatever. Put it back, walked around, went to a couple other stores, made a couple laps. And as I was walking into all of these stores, I kept thinking about that skirt. And then I went into another store. I went into Forever 21 actually, and I saw this jacket and I was like, oh, this is cute. Like, this is kind of cute. I could wear it with this and I could wear it with that. And I was like, I don't need it though. I don't need it. But the entire time that I was walking around, I was there for like 2 hours. Got a lot of steps in. The entire time I was walking around, I kept thinking about that old navy skirt. So something told me, like, you know what? Go back and you can go get the skirt. Go get the skirt. You know, you've been thinking about it for the past hour, hour and a half, whatever it was. Like, go get it. You know, there's certain things where it's like you think about it, you're like, oh, this is cute, but I'm like, I don't need it, and I forget about it. And I'm like I could live my life without it. I kept thinking about the skirt, so I was like, okay, you know what? Let me go back and let me go buy the skirt. So I went back, I bought the skirt, I got a pair of earrings actually, and then I was still thinking about the jacket from Forever 21. So I was like, okay, let me go back to Forever 21, let me try it on again, look at it. Because I tried it on with a bunch of other stuff because they were having their big, like, going out of business sale. So I tried on a bunch of stuff. So I was like, let me go back, let me try it on again, see how I feel about it. Went back into Forever 21. I tried it on again in a different mirror. So it was like slightly different lighting, not the fitting room lighting. It was just a regular mirror. And I was like, I didn't like it as much. You know, after I like walked out of the store, walked down for a little bit, like cleared my head, I was like, I don't like it as much. Like, I thought about it and I was like, it's cool. And like, obviously I would, like, if I bought it, I would probably wear it. I would wear it. But I was like, I don't need it. Like, I don't, like, I can go the rest of my life without it, you know? So I ended up, I didn't get the Forever 21 jacket, but I did return the earrings that I got from Old Navy because I liked them and they were some cute, like, heart-shaped earrings, and I used to have some heart-shaped earrings and I really liked them. But these were slightly different. And, you know, I was looking at them and I was thinking about it and I was like, they're cute. And like, I'm sure that if I bought and kept them and brought them home, like, I would wear them, but they just didn't feel like a necessity. Like, I was like, they're cute, but I was like, I don't need them right now. Like, you know, like I'm sure I'll wear them, but I'm not like, oh, like, I really need these. Like, I would use them. I would gravitate toward, like, I was like, I don't think I would gravitate towards them as much as I gravitate towards like my other things. So they'd probably just be sitting there for a while. So I decided, I took the earrings back and I didn't get the jacket, but I did get the skirt that I've been thinking about. Or similarly, actually, I this is another story. So there's this sweatshirt. It's like a crew neck sweatshirt that I've been eyeing for over a year now. Okay. And how I know I've been eyeing it for over a year is I got a gift card as a gift for, I think it was either my birthday, when I, like, my 20th birthday, or for Christmas that year. One of those two. So that was in like 2023. Okay. Okay, it's 2021 now. This is in like 2023. And I was looking at the sweatshirt and I was like, oh, like, this is cute. Like, I want to get it. But it's from like an online shop and I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't want to use like my card. So sometimes I like using gift cards just because I'm like, okay, well, they are not going to have like all of my personal information. Like, you can use a gift card online, by the way. And I was like, oh, I'll use a gift card so they don't have just like all my personal information. Because, you know, sometimes I don't know, everybody doesn't need to have that, you know? So I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll use this gift card to buy it. And then I ended up, I don't remember what I got. I bought something else with the gift card, or part of something else. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, maybe I think I did get it for my birthday. And I was like, oh, I'll wait till Christmas. Like, if I get, you know, some other gift cards, I'll put that towards the sweatshirt. Christmas came and I was like, oh, I want to get it. But then I got something else. I don't remember what else I bought, but I bought something else that I like wanted or needed more at the time. And I was like, okay, you know, I was like, I'll save up for it. Like, at some point I will get it, but like, I probably don't need it right now. And then time went on and I got another, I don't know if I got like a gift card. I think I just got paid from being at work. And I was like, oh, like, I could buy my sweatshirt. But then by that point it was summertime and I was like, I don't really need it right now. And then obviously I'm still thinking about it because I'm telling you this story, but the way that I'm thinking about it now is not like, oh, like, next time I get a gift card, like, I'm gonna use it to buy this sweatshirt, which is what I had originally thought when I first saw it. Because now in my mind I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I like it, but obviously I don't think I like it enough to buy it because it's been like a year and a half now and I haven't bought it, and like, my life has been totally fine, you know? Like, I'm sure that I would wear it, but I don't think it would drastically change the quality of my life by having it, you know? Like, would it become my new go-to sweatshirt? Like potentially, but what if it's not? Like what if it's just another sweatshirt in my closet? I have a lot of sweatshirts though, and it's like it's really cute, but it's like this tan color, and I kind of have a lot of tan, and I feel like I don't need a lot more. I don't need more clothes in that color. So anyway, like I said, I've been thinking about it, and I was just like, do I really need it? And clearly I don't. So I haven't bought it yet. I'll let you guys know if I do, but I doubt it. So anyway, all of that to say, you probably don't need it. Whatever it is that you're looking at, that you are thinking about, that you want to buy, you probably don't need it. And so I think my what I would say with that is, if you're thinking about buying something, you're looking at it, take some time. If you see it and you add it to your cart, don't immediately buy it. You know, don't buy it. And I think that a lot of times you can be like in this shopping mindset, or in this like buying, purchasing, shopping mindset, where you see something you like and you're like, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it. Like you think about everything you see, and then you buy it. And like, I'm sure, again, obviously you buy it, you're gonna get it, you're gonna be like, oh, I like it, most of the time, because you liked it enough to buy it. But that doesn't mean you need it. I think like throughout the years I've seen a lot of things. Like think about this. If you saw it but it wasn't in your size, would you then, like, if you saw it in the store and it's like a shirt that you want, a jacket, shoes, whatever it is, and they don't have your specific size, would you then take the extra step to go online and order it? Okay? If you would take that extra step to go online and order it, or they don't have your size online, you have to go into the store, whichever one you do less, whatever, and you have to go into the store to buy your size, to go pick it up. Is it worth you going to the store to get it? Is it worth you going to a different store that's like 20 minutes away to get it? Do you need it that badly? And if you are willing to, if you normally online shop and you're willing to go to the store to go pick it up, or you normally shop in store and you're willing to go online, order it, and wait for it to get to you. If you're willing to take that extra step that you don't normally take to get it, then yeah, maybe you do need it. Maybe you do need it. But if you're not, if you're like, it's not worth the wait, it's not worth the trip, you don't need it, And I totally understand, wanting to get something before it's gone. But in the world that we live in today, there are honestly so many options for similar things. And if you like, I always say, I just like think on it, think about it, think on it, right? If you are online shopping, close your laptop, put it away, go to sleep, go through your day the next day. If at the end of your day the next day, if 24 hours later, you're still thinking about it, or you're still like, man, like I really want it, order it, go buy it. But if you forgot about it and then you open up your computer and you're like, what is this? Oh, forgot about that. You don't need it. You don't need it. And I think that's a good way to just take some time, sleep on it. I've definitely had things where I like wanted them and I was like, am I going to buy it? Am I not going to buy it? I think about them when I'm sleeping. I wake up and I'm like, this dress. That's when you go buy it, But if if you forget about it 5 seconds after you look at it, then you probably don't need it. And if that's the case, you're also probably not going to gravitate towards it when you do have it in your possession. If it's something that you can look at and forget about, you're not going to wear it that often. You're not going to use it that often. Like, it's kind of just going to be there, taking up space, collecting dust. So if it's not like actively on your mind and your thoughts, take some time apart from it and reassess, reevaluate, and decide whether or not you actually need it. And going along with that, with spring cleaning, I think I'm guilty of this too. I'm like cleaning out my closet I think I do like every summer. I try to just kind of, clear out old things that I don't wear anymore that are just taking up space that I could be using for my other clothes. 'Cause I have a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes. Um, yeah. But whenever you're doing spring cleaning, I think we're all guilty of, you look at something, you're like, okay, I haven't worn it recently, but like I will wear it. Or you can think of a specific scenario in which you would wear it. Has that scenario happened in the past 4 years that you've owned this shirt? No. But as soon as I throw it away, what if I get invited to a neon green party? You don't need it. Okay. You don't need it. So I think that with spring cleaning, if it's something that you have and you like it, but you have not gravitated towards it, and specifically if you've had opportunities to wear it and you haven't, then it's probably time to get rid of it, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure it might not fit. You can technically you can wear whatever you want. You can wear a ball gown to work. You know, technically, no one's stopping you. But if you have this thing and you're like, oh, I liked it when I bought it, or I liked it on the mannequin, I liked it online, and you have it and you haven't gravitated towards it, it might be time to give it away. Especially if it's been, over a year. That's crazy. You don't need it. And something I think a piece of advice that I have honestly is whatever day if you normally do your laundry like once a week, like I try to do all my laundry Sunday mornings, just so it's fresh for the next week. It's like complete from the last week, and the only thing that's gonna end up dirty Sunday night is whatever I wore on Sunday, which is usually just like whatever, because I don't do much on Sundays. It's just like my cleaning reset day. But okay, so I remember during when the fires were happening, people were talking about like, oh, if you have to pack quickly, um, one piece of advice that they were giving people was like to pack up the things that are in your dirty clothes hamper. Because yes, while they're dirty, you can clean them, and they're obviously things that you like because you wore them recently, and they're things that fit because you wore them recently, and they're things that fit the weather for whatever season it is because you just wore them. So those would be the best, like the easiest thing to pick up. It's like stuff from your dirty clothes hamper that matches the season, matches, it fits you physically, and it's just stuff that you like it's something that you're gonna feel comfortable in. And so going off of that with spring cleaning, I think that a good piece of advice would be honestly do your like if you're cleaning out your closet, clean out your closet while you're doing your laundry, or like while your clothes for the week are dirty, because my philosophy and my thought process is I know when I do my laundry, I do it in the same order. Like I have my like dark track clothes, and then I do my colors, and I do my whites. Okay. And I realize I'm washing a lot of the same clothes because like I work out and I have like a routine. I wear a lot of my same workout clothes. Like I don't have a ton of workout clothes, and I feel like I wear a lot of the same ones each week. And so realistically, the stuff that you are currently washing obviously is something that you've recently worn, something that you like enough to wear, and possibly most likely it's something that is in your rotation, at least in your rotation at the time. And so I'm sure the things that are like in your hamper, like whatever you wore, whatever shirt you wore yesterday, you're probably not going to get rid of it because you just wore it. Whatever shirt you're wearing right now, you're probably not going to get rid of it because you're actively wearing it, you're actively using it. So I would say to make it easier for yourself as well, so you're not going through an insane like way bigger pile of things, because you're looking at stuff that you like, oh, I just wore this yesterday, like I'm obviously not going to get rid of it, but you still have to sort through it. Just sort through your clothes before you put your laundry away. And so you're just looking at everything that's left, the things that you haven't gravitated towards since the last time you did laundry, and whether that's like seasonally or just because you don't like it, you haven't had a chance to wear it, whatever it is. And it's okay if you to get rid of something that you used to like. I think that style changes as much as we change as people, like our style changes. And so just because it's, you might have like a pair of shorts that you're like, oh, I love these shorts, like, these used to be my favorite shorts. If you haven't worn them in the past like year or two, you don't need to keep them, and I like memories and sentimental value, yes. However, I feel like there is a line between, keeping an item, whatever it is, for like memories and for sentimental value, and then just keeping it just because. And I'm sure we're all guilty of certain things that we keep just because, but we don't need to. We don't need them. If you're not actively using it, you're not getting any use out of it, whatever it is, like it's okay to let it go. Take a picture of it, whatever it is. And I think that a good thing or a good way to do it is, separating things. So I've separated, things that you're keeping, things that you are throwing away, like maybe they're damaged, if they're damaged or stained, have holes in the, get rid of it, And like, yes, obviously you have those clothes that you wear when you're just like not doing anything, or those clothes that you wear when you're like cleaning or when you give your dog a bath. And like, it's okay to keep like one of those shirts and like, one of those outfits, but you don't need 5 old ratty t-shirts that are like ripped and torn, and you don't need it. You don't need it. Pick your favorite one and get rid of the rest of them, Like, I think that we hold on to things because we have such big like what ifs in your mind, but in reality, if it hasn't happened in the past however long since the last time you cleaned your closet, it's probably not going to happen. Or think about like if you donated this or you let a friend borrow it and you never got it back. Would you want it back? Like, how would you ask for it back, or would you just be like, you can keep it? If you're going to tell them, you can keep it, you don't need it. You know? That's how I like to think about it. And always, donate it. Give it to a thrift store. I've also heard of people, donating something and then they sleep on it and they're like, you know what, I want it. And they go buy it back for $5. And like, if that happens, then okay, then you really wanted it. But I was gonna say, yeah, so separate things into piles, you don't have to go donate it that same day, but just put it in a pile, put it in a bag and say, okay, I'm gonna take this tomorrow, or I'm gonna take it in 2 days, whatever, at the end of the weekend, whatever it is. And if within that week or within that time frame, there's something in there and then you're like, oh, I want to wear it, then you can go grab that. But if you don't think about anything in there, donate it. There are other people that can get use out of it. There are other people that need it. Hand-me-downs, if you have like family members, friends of friends, family friends, anyone who needs it, or clothing drives. There's always a clothing drive going on. Just find a way to give back within your spring cleaning. I've also heard the advice of like, if you have things hanging in your closet, to when you wear something, flip the hanger so it's turning the other way, and then within like a month, 2 months, whatever time period you give yourself, everything that you haven't worn in that period, get rid of. I think that's also good, especially if it's like seasonal clothes. Like if you have 12 winter sweaters and you only wear 5, why do you have, like, you don't, the other 7 are just taking up space, someone else can use them. you know but yeah, that is my little advice for spring cleaning and avoiding overconsumption and just having way too much stuff, way more stuff than we need. I know we went on a couple tangents, told a couple stories, but I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for listening and watching Elaborate with Kay, and I'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye. And yeah, talk to you next Sunday.